Top reasons to choose Ride Along Live for your wedding video production. Now, your wedding day is one of the most important days of your life. It is a day that you would want to cherish and remember forever. That's why it's important to choose the right company to handle your wedding video production. Here are some of the reasons why you should choose us. Professionalism. Now, we are a team of experienced professionals who are dedicated to providing high-quality video production services. We have worked with countless couples to capture their special day and create videos that they can cherish for a lifetime. Attention to details. Now, we understand that every wedding is unique. That's why we take the time to get to know and understand our client's individual need. We pay attention to every detail, from lighting to song to the editing, to ensure that your video is perfect. Creativity. We are always looking for new and innovative ways to capture that special day. We use the latest equipment and techniques to create a video that are both beautiful and unique. Customization. We understand that every couple has different needs and preferences. That is why we offer customizable packages to meet your every need. We work with you to create a package that meets your budget and your vision. And last but not least, customer satisfaction. Now, our goal is to provide you with a video that you would love. We are committed to customer satisfaction, and we work with you in every step of the way to ensure that you're happy with the final product. Choose Ride Along Live for your wedding video production, and let us capture the special day in a way that you can cherish forever. Speak to our dedicated representative. Call 718-701-5720. We travel worldwide. Ride Along Media Group. Always amazing, always exceeding your expectations. Yeah. Welcome to Monday on the Ride. What's up, my beautiful people? How are you doing? Welcome. Now, let me first start by saying, guys, I apologize for Friday. I realized that there was no notice that was sent out to let people know that we was not going to have a Ride Trivia on a Friday. And I got so much messages from you guys. And I was in a position where, you know, I thought one of my other moderators did it, but it wasn't done. So I apologize, guys. But anyway, we are here. It's Monday. How was your weekend? How is everything going? Tony Battle, Dodo Charles, Lacey J, Lynn, everybody. Josie, somebody tag somebody. Today on the program, I am happy to be here and facilitate a conversation with probably one of the most popular minister on the island of Grenada, MIT. We're going to talk about everything, guys. We're going to have a nice discussion on what are some of the things MIT is involved in at the moment. Also give you guys an opportunity to chime in as well. Yes, it's your program, man. It's your program. So here's what you do right now. Tag somebody and say I share, or share it and say I share. Pick up Peace Side. Pick up yourself. Jocelyn, thank you so much. As you share, Lissy J, I say apology not accepted. Lissy J so hard on me. Why, Lissy J? Guys, as you share, I want you to say I share. As you share, I want you to say I share. Good evening to you. As you share, I want you to say I share. Just share it quickly. Because again, guys, the minister is giving up of at least 1 hour to bring us up to speed on what's happening within that ministry. Maria, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. Sweden in the house. Big up the folks from Sweden. Folks from St. Lucia. The folks from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jamaica. Barbados. My friends in Ghana. Thank you so much. Ghana. Guyana. We got some new friends from Guyana. How are you doing, my friends in Guyana? Thank you so much. Viclin and everybody else. Guys, listen. So again, I don't want to waste a lot of time in the introduction because, as I said, as we promoted today, we have Mr. Minister Honorable Andy Williams from the Powerhouse Ministry, the man who's getting things done and making sure that things are implemented. Honorable Minister Andy Williams, how are you doing, my friend?
I am very well, thank you, Junior.
Yeah. Let me tell you. First up, you look rested. For all the things I hear and see that you be doing, you look more rested than me. You're getting things done, but you're still getting your rest, and that's important.
Well, I try to take my moringa, my sea moss, my molasses, and so.
Yeah.
To keep the energy going. Yeah.
Nice. Listen, Andy, again, I want to thank you for chatting with us and giving us that time to get engaged with some of the things that's happening within your ministry. It's almost a year since you've been in this position, minister of this superpower ministry, MIT. What would you say are some of the difficulties or the hardship or the hardship that you see in being in government?
Well, I came from the private sector.
Right.
And in the private sector, it's to get something done, you act immediately with just a minute, right?
Yeah.
With government now, you have the bureaucracy, which may take a little more time to get things done.
Right.
But the bureaucracy is there for a purpose, to ensure that things are done properly. And that is the biggest challenge because it takes a lot more time to get it done. And sometimes for me, that, the balance is sometimes difficult for me because I want to get it done. I want to make things happen. So that's the biggest challenge. But all in all is just finding a way to work within the bureaucracy and seeing how you can, work with the system to speed up things, So to me, Junior, that's the biggest challenge because I'm someone who likes to be on the move, who we see what the vision is or what the mission is, and we go out and we execute. Right. At the end of 2, 3, 4, 5 months, we're supposed to look back and see what we have done.
Yeah.
So, and that's the mindset that I have, and that is the mindset that our government have, our prime minister have also. So, it's about working together. And let me just say again that when we came together during the campaigning time, some of us were really new. We just got to know each other.
Right. Yeah.
And during the months, just for the 9 months, we have developed a bond. The ministers have developed a bond, a brotherly bond, a sisterly bond. We look for each other. And Junior, when I tell you that we have a special bond, we have a special bond. We feel comfortable with each other. And that even makes the work easier. And I can tell you, this is one of the best teams I've been a part of. And I will trade nothing else to be part of this team. And let me just say, we have the best prime minister in the world. So yes, it's a little different to what we are accustomed to, but it's about making the transition and not just being set in your own ways.
Right.
It's about making the transition in order to further the goals of this government, so that we can achieve our agenda and achieve the transformation that we preach on the campaign.
But in your particular ministry, you basically surround all the other ministries. So sometimes you might be in a position to even nudge a fellow minister. All right. Doesn't it sometimes, and sometimes some of the other ministers might be older than you, might be your senior. Do you have problems, or how do you deal with it when is a situation where you need this project to move on, to be implemented in a certain time, and it's necessary, and you have to go and now push? Do you get a pushback from your fellow colleagues, because you have to be pushy, in other words?
Well, yes. At first, when we developed MIT that was a new ministry.
Yeah.
So it was a little different to how things were being done all along. So you will find us, navigating to find our own identity.
Right.
And that was one of the challenges that MIT faced in the beginning, because we are trying to find, who we are. In developing this ministry, we put together the vision statement, the mission statement. I did the chart and everything, the organizational chart, everything, Junior. So it's like you're coming out new and fresh.
Right.
But no, you have other ministries who never had this ministry before. So, so it's about finding the communication between each other to ensure that we understand the role that we play.
Right.
And that was the biggest challenge. So in the beginning, we were kind of unsure and we were testing the ground. We were kind of battling to get, the territory and everything. But now that we have found it, everything is operating smoothly. We have proper communication between ministries, and we exchange information every Monday on a cabinet sitting. We exchange information. And it's so easy to pick up the phone and talk to your fellow ministers, on different projects and so. So it's everyone buys into it. And the fact is that, Junior, my colleagues know that what I stand for, and they know my energy, and they and let me tell you, my colleagues protect me. They protect me in terms of, and listen. You know, um, you are the man to get it done, and they do whatever it takes to ensure that that I flourish, and I really applaud them for that. And how we operate is that there's no one better than each other. Yes, we are different age, but we respect one another. Right. And in doing so, we know our strengths, our weaknesses, and we know how we can come together as a team to benefit from that. And my team know that my strength is getting it done. So, for example, when you look at the town hall and so, the national town halls, my ministry is the one that would put that together.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look at the crowds, even when we had the marketing board consultation again, MIT was the one that, that's my mobilization department. So let me just tell the viewers that MIT have a mobilization department, an implementation department, and a transformation department. So the mobilization department is responsible for mobilizing resources, financial, human, just name it. So, and I must applaud them just for the work that they are doing, because they are really, Junior, I can tell you can see the results when we are involved with something. And it takes time, it takes effort. And I really applaud them for that. So it's all a love, and we really support each other as ministers to get things done and to make things happen.
Yeah. Let's go straight into one of the biggest problem that we're seeing here, right? I know you're not the Minister of National Security, so you can address it, but it has to do with employment, and you can address the crime situation. So,
Junior, just 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
I need a kind of loop. Probably have to log back out and log back in.
Oh, okay. What you hearing?
Right. So let me just quickly.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Guys, we're chatting here with Minister Andy Williams, Minister of MIT, Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. And of course, give you an opportunity to chime in as well. All right, you're back? Okay, it's not back yet. So guys, prepare your questions, because I want you guys to engage the minister with some of your questions. All right, you back now?
Yeah, lovely. I mean, lovely now.
All right, good, good,
God
good,
bless.
good. All right. So the first one I want to touch on, I want to touch on jobs because we've seen a lot of idleness, Andy. Because of all the idleness, people are resorting to all sorts of things. We're seeing crime, increasing crime, and all this stuff. What is being done? What's the idea to implement and to get these people work? What is the idea? I've implemented that.
No, during the campaign, Junior, I spoke about having various job fairs so that we can get individuals who are unemployed to speak to companies who actually want workers.
Hmm.
And this month we did our first job fair at the Tree Center,
Hmm.
and over 140 something people came out, and already we got jobs for approximately 65 persons thus far.
In what field?
Now we had in this field of construction,
Uh-huh.
right? In the field of customer service, right? You had some hotels over there who had jobs for individuals. Um, we have in the offices and so. Um, clerical works.
Hmm.
So we had a variety. And just for Junior, let me just say that since I came into office, our South St. George branch, what we do, we have an unemployment registry and we find work for people. And thus far, we have found over 200 work employment opportunities
Right.
for individuals who were unemployed before. And let me just touch on this again. Even the guys in the Lagoon Road
Hmm.
who was squatting and so who we had to move out. Some of them got jobs. We got jobs for them, and they are now working and earning a living and bettering themselves. So, but again, that was we had a job fair in the Trade Center. Next month in April, we are looking to have a job fair in St. Patrick's
Hmm.
because sometimes people from the rural areas you can get jobs, but when you check on the bus fare and everything,
Yes.
sometimes it doesn't make sense. So what we want to do, we want to empower businesses in the rural areas to create employment for people in the rural areas.
Yes.
And if we assist them in, Junior, to set up and to do little things, right, we can help the people find employment up there and not have to travel to St. George's all the time. So MIT will be having a conversation with businesses in the rural areas,
Hmm.
and we are going to let them have the conversation now with the people in those areas so that we can get this going. And then we are going to move to St. Andrews,
Hmm.
and then we are going to move to the western side. So at least if we do this, then we could be tackling unemployment in the length and breadth of Grenada with the
Be-
aim of getting it done.
because you
But
understand how the link between unemployment and the increase in crime, right? The administration clearly understand and see that link, right?
yes, we do. But what we do understand, to Junior, what we want to do is not just give you a quick fix where you just saying what, because what has been happening, Junior, with our people, we are like the handout mentality.
Hmm.
We have to kind of get away from that because if I give you a handout today, tomorrow I have to give you one again.
Yes.
Next week, I still have to give you one.
Yes.
But if I can empower you, Junior, to get a job, then it means that I don't have to give you a handout all the time. And
Yes.
also, as a government, it put less stress on our social services or
Yeah.
social department.
Hmm.
Because when we have to give all these, handouts to people, you can now earn a living for yourself. You can sustain your life and don't have to depend on government all the time to provide for you. And, Junior, not just employment, but when a man can provide for himself, it gives him a sense of pride
True.
than having to depend on somebody.
True.
And when children grow up in a home and they see that mommy and daddy are, going out and they can go to a job and earn a living, that will motivate them to do the same.
Hmm.
So that is some of the things we have to do, Junior. And as long as we are here, this administration, we will be sure to try our best to find jobs for people, right?
Yeah.
And not just give the handout. We know that, yes, you have to, we agree that you have to give a handout. We agree that, right? Because sometimes a man doesn't have. By the
Right.
time you have to go and get a work and so to get, I mean, mommy dead. You understand what I mean?
Right.
We understand that. But at the same time, we need to start empowering Grenadians.
Yeah.
We need to start, and let me just say this again, right? We had in cabinet this morning, we discussed the opportunity that is there right now for our mangoes to be exported to the United States.
Hmm.
Now, that is a perfect opportunity. So now we have to put something together quickly
Right.
so that because mangoes are already in season. I would love to see Grenadians, ensuring that the mango doesn't waste by the side of the road and fall along and just, vehicles just passing them. Because no, this is money. We have an opportunity.
Yes.
So I'd love to see us making use of that where we can earn a dollar from the mangoes that we have,
Hmm.
export it to the US, and then, and that is just a means of creating employment one time.
Yeah.
So we will be looking to explore that opportunity and much more opportunities, Junior. So, and we are very proactive. We keep the mind working because every day we think, how can we better the lives of Grenadian? You may
Absolutely.
not see it, you may not see it no for no,
Hmm.
but just give us a little time and you will see exactly what we are trying to do and what we are trying to achieve.
How I am very, very big, Mr. Williams, on
Mhm.
coming together as a one Grenadian society, not as NDC or NNP.
Right.
It burns my heart when I'm seeing the divide, the polarization, the tribalism in our politics. What are you doing to ensure that not only one set of people that might be only your supporters benefit from the job fairs and the whatever the government is doing, but to incorporate and bring everybody in the mix? How are you working to bridge that gap to bring everybody together and not just the people who support?
Well, when I make a call, Junior, right, let me tell you something. I don't ask anyone which party they support.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, listen, if you want to build Grenada, let's build Grenada. No, let me just speak on this, right? Everyone have a choice to choose who they want to support. It doesn't, not because a man support another party means that, that I have to feel any way against him. That's our right.
Right.
People died for that right. And frankly, if I'm supporting a party, you cannot tell me who to support with all due respect.
True.
That is my choice, and I will have certain reasons why I choose whoever I want to support.
Hmm.
But even before I came into politics, my motto was I'm not married to a party. I'm married to Grenada. Grenada first.
Right.
So if I vote for you, Junior, and I think that you are not doing a good job, it is my right to take away that vote
Yes.
and maybe stay away or vote for another party. And sometimes I see people taking this thing so personal. You have friends stop talking to each other because they support a party. Listen, will I keep you, make you an enemy because you're supporting Barcelona and I'm supporting Real Madrid?
True.
You
True.
know, so I mean, we have a right to support who we want to support.
Hmm.
So when I'm doing my thing, Junior, when I'm doing my work, I don't ask anyone which party you support. What I want to know, are you interested in building Grenada?
Right.
Once you are interested, let's work. And even in the transformation process, the beautification process that we are doing now, Junior, I've had people who supports the NNP,
Hmm.
right? They will come forward and say, Andy, how can I help you?
Right.
And you know, and you will be surprised to see how much volunteer work we get from those people who support the NNP.
Right.
Because they know that Andy is not about his fighting and his politics and all these things. I am for nation building. I am for country first. And the mentality that I have is that people will attack me and I will forgive them and I don't hold this in personal. I
Hmm.
do not. So I say people, when you attack me, it's like you're wasting your time because Andy said bother with that. Andy still love you. If
Hmm.
you come at Andy in the morning, Andy going out there, he wait and show that he can assist you in any way possible.
Right.
Right? And that's me because I would not go to you, Junior, of holding people who don't support me enemy. I am not for that. And I'm saying this is transformation,
Hmm.
right? We have to come together. When election come, in the next 4 years. We could go on and talk about can't stop 6 runs and all this we could talk about that.
Right.
All for now, let's put that aside and let's build a country. So that's my thing. And once we have that mindset within the country, you will see how far Grenada will go. And this is what we want.
Right. So again, guys, we're speaking here with Honorable Andy Williams, who is the Minister of MIT. And Andy, I'm happy that you said that, right? I'm happy that you said that because I am very, very strong. I don't know if your phone messing up again. Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah. Go on. I'm hearing you.
I am very strong on that bipartisan, and that tribalness is not taking us anywhere. I understand your phone is crazy busy and getting a lot of calls.
Yeah. Go ahead. Though. I mean,
I could only imagine. Yeah. So I'm happy that you said that, and I hope that you I mean, I'm going to hold you to that because the minute time I get calls and I hear about that tribalism, and I know you're not that person, I would be the first to call you out as well. You know what I mean? Because I think Grenada is for every Grenadian, whether you support Party A or Party B. So I'm happy to hear you say that. Let's move on to development, right? Because I've been paying attention to some of the things that you've been doing. We started Kirani James development, and that is big. But I want to talk specifically now about the ideas for the Wall Street area. Tell us about the ideas for development for the Wall Street area.
So let me just tell you why we attack the Wall Street area. Now, you have businesses on the Gators Pharmacy and so, on that end. And sometimes when they open their doors on a Saturday morning, Junior, you have the urine scent, people urinating there. You will have even sometimes stool, garbage, and so. And it is not fair to these businesses to be paying a rent, sometimes, in the thousands of dollars, and having to open your door next day to that kind of environment. It is not good.
Right.
And even for the Wall Street vendors too, it's not good because at the end of the day, if that's what is being created there, it means that we as a government may have to take steps in the future to move it.
Right.
Right. So I'm saying, listen, I'm for the poor man. I'm for, seeing a man trying to work to make a dollar. I am for that. So the idea was, Junior, how do we, satisfy both persons in terms of the business people and in terms of the vendors? And I'm saying what we have to do, we have to make it more feasible, more structured, better, so that it can be more sustainable, Wall Street, going forward.
Right.
So the first thing I saw too, we are dealing with food, and when you go to the area, sometimes it's just so unkempt. They have old oil bottles and all kind of thing. That's not good. Then people and the health cards, you need health cards because at the end of the day, Junior, you do not want to buy something somewhere and afterwards you get, sick and everything, and you don't want that.
Right.
So we had to put things in place. So I met with the vendors, cabinet met, and we decided let's put some structures in place for Wall Street. And part of it is to ensure that the area looks better, it looks cleaner, it's more enticing, so people could want to come to buy. Ensure that vendors have the health card. Ensure that we close off Wall Street at a certain time to clean.
Right.
So that when the businesses open their door on the following day, it's tidy and it smells nice and everything. So, and also we want tourists to come and enjoy some nice street food. You come to Grenada, come and enjoy the street food. But we want, when they come and enjoy the street food, for them to be safe and they don't fall sick or anything. So that's the idea. We want to make Wall Street something like, when you go to Barbados, you go to St. Lucia, Guadeloupe, and so these are known places.
Yeah.
So a tourist should come to Grenada and say, hey, I've been to Wall Street. It's wonderful. When you go to Grenada, that is the place to go.
And
that is what we want.
Nightlife too, eh?
That is it.
Yeah.
And listen, face it. Junior, Wall Street have its purpose. Right? We can back talk it how much we want to back talk it, but when you're hungry in the night and you come from somewhere 1, 2 in the morning, the only place you can go and get something to eat is on Wall Street.
Right.
So it serve its purpose. So I'm saying, let's do it in a nice way that will be pleasing to everyone, and let's have something good. So what we are doing is to ensure that the vendors on Wall Street,
Mhm.
have a place that they can come and sell their stuff on a regular basis. But let me just say that in the future, we will be relocating Wall Street from that area. But in the meantime, we want to make it proper. And we want to have a certain amount of vendors on Wall Street and not just everyone just coming and vend. And
Right.
that is why we want to put some structure in place for Wall Street. Now, there's the land close to Wall Street area. And some people are speculating that that land is that's where we're going to put Wall Street. And the answer is no. That's the land opposite the Marquee Mall. It's a private person land.
Yeah.
What we do, we just, in that area, you saw people going there and just throwing garbage and number two and all kind of things.
Mhm.
So we cleaned up the area and we want to plant some flowers and some trees and so along the area. So when you're driving, it could look nice, it could look, more enticing and more, make Grenada look proper. And
Right.
that's what we want to do today. I want to thank the gentleman for giving us the permission to use the land, to grade it and to do some planting and so on. I want to thank the gentleman for that. And that is the way we want to go because, that will, it doesn't just stop at the Wall Street, but it goes all along to the Moy Highway, all along to the airport.
Yes.
But let me address this. Some folks are saying, what about St. Patrick's, St. David's, St. Andrews? What we have done, or when we started this, we started it to tackle the Lagoon and the Wall Street, but thus far we have extended that program to the whole of Grenada. So what we did, we asked all the caretakers and MPs to identify areas in their community that they will want to see beautify and transform. And we got those areas. We met with the TAMCC, with the students and so who do designs and all this stuff. We met with them, and they were so energetic and interested
Mhm.
in transforming. So they will be coming up with the concepts on how to beautify these areas. We are doing a competition,
Mm.
and every idea will get implemented. So not to say you have a competition and only first, second, and third will get implemented. Every idea, we break them up into groups of trees, and every person idea will get implemented. But also we want to ask the business community to join in and put some resources in the transformation process. So you will have our youths doing the designs, our businesses financing those designs.
Mhm.
So you have total buy-in, and that's what they call transformation because we are not dependent on government to do everything.
Right.
That's where the whole country come together now. And let me tell you, so you will see, let's say we're in March right now. In June, July, you will see junior the whole country
Mhm.
being transformed because this will be an annual thing.
Yeah.
So you will see St. Mark, you will see St. Andrews, you will see St. Patrick's, St. David, everything happening at once, where we are going to transform certain areas. And listen, I am so eager to see Grenada by December.
Yeah.
Because you can enjoy the island and enjoy the transformation process.
Well, it's important that when someone come off the airport in Maurice Bishop International Airport there, and they come down, it's important that first look, Andy, that first thing that they see, and as they drive from there to go into the country, it's very important that we have that area developed. Do you have any idea in how things could be implemented for that first? They call it the first impression of Grenada, what people see.
Well, the first impression of Grenada to me is when you land on the airport.
Like, right? Yes.
And we are doing a airport project right now, and which is going to transform the airport. And let me just say, the project was started under the last administration, and we continued it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing, Junior, we have to give this administration credit for. Sometimes the mistake governments make is that when one government starts something and they go out of office, the other government tend to stop it.
Right.
When you do that, you waste your country resources.
Right.
What we have done as a government, we did not stop any project we thought was transformation and that made sense, right? We continued the projects once we saw the benefit of swaying it. So the airport project is on the way. and it should be completed this year.
Okay. All right.
But besides that, Junior, let me just say that when you enter into the airport, you should be smelling the spices, the aroma,
Yeah.
you know. So we
That
have
is
to.
important.
I have an idea what we can do to when you enter. Wow, I can smell the spices.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is what we need, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's one. But and then when you come off now, you should be seeing all this is spices cannot grow in the south, and I will prove everyone wrong who is saying that. You need to see some spice trees. You need to see some, some trees and some of Grenada culture.
Yes.
King James and I mean, let people when they're driving from the airport, it should be an experience because some people will go to a hotel, they will stay at the hotel and go back to the airport.
Yeah. That's what I'm
So
saying.
let
That
them.
experience, that first drive, that is important as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
right. And I do not have all the answers, but guess what? We the idea is for people to feel comfortable to share, the ideas with us. And then when we bring that together, then we will work wonders.
Yeah.
And so when someone come to Grenada, it should be an experience from the time you land on the airport to the time you leave the airport to wherever you want to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys,
Yeah.
we're chatting here with Minister Andy Williams, Minister of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. Someone was asking about the acronym MIT, Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. And we're talking about the processes and the transformation agenda, and how the ministry is actually doing it and how it works, right? I'm giving you guys an opportunity because it's not only me, right? I'm just facilitating. I just had some questions I wanted to ask, but I'll give you guys an opportunity to ask your questions as well. So I'm putting questions up on the screen. When you call, guys, just try to be as brief as possible because there might be a lot of people who want to call as well. The number is 718-701-5720. Right. So, Minister Williams, let's talk about Carnage James Boulevard, right? Because there have been a lot of work done there as well. I saw earlier this week you got criticized because someone said that there's an area that was fenced off, and it was said like you are blocking entrance to a particular area, right? Explain that to us. What is being done and why the fence?
Junior, before I explain that, right, let me just tell the people who are listening on the program and you can tell your friends and so. There are some folks that are bent on ensuring that our people remain ignorant and our people minds are not, uplifted. And they are bent on just the negative. Please, people, when you see these people come on, just shut your television or the screen, whatever, and watch something else. That is not good for you. Because I'm saying, Junior, when I hear all these things, I like have to wonder, but wow, where is people getting these things from? Certainly not from me. Certainly not for my staff, not for my government. And Brother Andel, Joseph Andel, had a slang that he says emotional blackmail. It's like they make up these things and then they get emotional about it, like if it is the reality.
Well, criticism
You
is
know?
good, Mr. Williams. You would agree that criticism is good. I mean, it builds you.
Yeah, but criticism is good if you're criticizing the facts. But
Uh-huh.
you cannot make up things
Uh-huh.
and say and play like if it's facts and start to, then what about the gentleman who's saying, well, let me just listen to the news and see, what I can learn. Then you are willfully misinforming the gentleman.
Okay.
And that is so wrong,
So what's the truth? What's
So,
the truth in that scenario?
Junior, all we doing, when you pass on a lagoon, right,
Uh-huh.
you will see some vehicles park up inside. But if
Right.
we are creating a green space, we want to put some benches and trees and so. We want to prevent people from driving up and park there. So we put the poles to prevent it. As a matter of fact, my PS in my ministry was the one that came up with the design and everything. She went on the internet and she saw that it looked so nice. And he said, Minister, let's do that. And I said, well, yes, well, go ahead, you know, and that's all. So, and what about, let me just think about this, right? You're in the park enjoying a nice little evening, and a vehicle from the main road, let's say, probably just lose control. It might be the same pole, Junior, that will protect you in the park.
Right.
No, and so the notion that the park is being fenced and people cannot use it is so far from the truth. As a matter of fact, we want people to come in the park and enjoy the park. That is why we are doing all this transformation. Is for you, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, and visitors and whoever want to come and use the park. The Boulevard, come and use it.
Yeah.
So we are encouraging people to come and use it. And my joy will be that we transform the place into a nice, lovely place. And to drive there, Junior, and see people actually using the boulevard, that will be my joy. And the plan is going forward. On Friday, we're going to have a Food Friday, right? That's where people could come and vend and sell the food and so. Right? We're going to have on the Saturdays and so, we are going to have like cultural performances and so where people could and even sell their local arts and craft and everything.
Right.
On the Sunday, a nice family event, because something like on a Sunday you want somewhere to go, and we are going to create that spot down there. Now, last weekend, the Soup Master, we demolished the structure because we want to put where the building came out there, the little structure, we want to put a nice gazebo where people can come and, because this part was given to Tumda, which was the Gale, and he was a culture man. So we want to build a gazebo that you can bring back some culture because we want our young people to know about the culture.
Yes.
And let it not be lost. And then on the side, we want to put give back the Soup Master a nice, decent place so he can sell his soup and so. We want to give someone contacted me who can do some like the arts and craft, like the local arts and craft and so. And we want to give someone else our next week. We are going to do 3 booths. So we'll have 2 extra vendors coming to earn a living there. And what we want to do is to put a nice sign for Kirani James and a nice billboard for Kirani, a nice lit, a billboard that is lit. So even in the night you can see it. And Julia, let me just tell you again, right? We want to in the trees put some lights in the trees. So even in the night, when you pass along the Kirani James Boulevard, it will be an experience. But we are doing all this for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique for you to enjoy. So even now, we are telling you, come. Sometimes let's say you have a wedding and you want to take some wedding photos. You should be able to come there and take some nice photos in the boulevard.
That's beautiful.
So folks, listen to me. The boulevard is for you. You're welcome to come anytime you want. Don't listen to anything else. Anyone else that is saying that is just being mischievous. You just have to pray for them, frankly.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys, we still have the phone line open, 718-701-5720. We're talking about the Ministry Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. The number is on the screen, 718-701-5720. Now, let's talk about the Carnage area. The Carnage area, the most picturesque area I've seen. I've been to a lot of islands. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been around, right? And when you come to the Carnage, and I'm not being biased, but that's one of the best scenes that you could experience on the Carnage area. Are there any ideas to develop the Carnage area and implement it in a way that it could reflect on and promote more nightlife activities there?
Well, let me tell you my plan for the Carnage. It's not the government, because we have to discuss it and get approval.
Right.
And also that area is the tongue of St. George, and that's where my colleague, the lovely Claudia Joseph, that's our area. So we have to discuss it. But what I would like to see on the Carnage is the boats. We move all iron boats and so on the Carnage.
Yes, 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 please.
And I would love to see us do a nice boardwalk on the Carnage. Also with some businesses, restaurants and so right there. And what I would want to see us do, Junior, is to use the some water taxis and so in that area.
Mm-hmm.
We can connect it to the Granans Beach area where you have most of the hotels. You can connect it to other parts of the island by jetties. And people can be transported from one area to the next on the water. So we can create an avenue for people to make money. Again, running some nice water taxis. Ease the strain on the traffic while you're giving people an experience.
That is lovely.
Right.
But when you move the boats, Minister, when you move the iron boats from there, where would it be routed to?
There was a plan to the last administration to put the boats somewhere in Grand Mall. So that's something that I have to really speak to the Port Authority about and to see exactly what the plan was. Right. So I understand that it was probably close to election and so they kind of held back. That's what I understand. I'm not sure if it's true or not. But I'm not one who is free to act. If I see the benefit in doing this,
yeah,
and it can bring transformation to the country in a good way, I will go for it with the authority of the cabinet, and the prime minister, and so I will go for it.
Right. Okay.
But that's just a Carnage. But we have another area we have two areas that are ISOs. The Port Highway is one.
Right.
Now, we have to decide as a cabinet and as a government if we want to leave our port where it is right now. Because I could tell you, when our port was constructed, it was not constructed to take all these containers and so. Right? It was to do brick bulk and so, not to take all these containers.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have to decide if we want to leave the port there or not. If we are leaving the port there, there's a piece of land next to the pan house.
Mm-hmm.
And we can build a structure that can house the businesses that are there right now along the Port Highway.
Mm-hmm.
When we do that, we can free up that area and make it a nice area for parking.
Right.
Right? And put the businesses in the area that we built. And we can go ahead.
Well, in speaking of the port, I saw a post earlier today that came to my wire here, and the advocate Cassandra Mitchell, she was saying that this is a plan, and he is referring to the Masterpiece Red, the site for being planned for the second phase of development of Port Louis as a maritime village heaven. And she's saying that the estimate cost of this phase was $425,000 to $500,000. You've been heavily criticized in terms of the cost of that project.
Junior, viewers, I know nothing about that. That's what I have to say.
So you don't know? So this is not the plan? This is not the plan here?
Junior, I just have Junior, I know nothing about that. So that's what I'm saying. These people come with this kind of conspiracy theories and so. I don't know where they're getting these things from. And you have to tell them to stop it, stop it. I mean, listen, I'm so happy when I'm seeing people who did not support me coming on board. That is the spirit we want to see. Not someone trying to mislead the public. That's not good. So, I just want to see that plan because I just know about the plan. I know what we want to do, right? And all we want to do, is to beautify the area, transform the area. When you go to other countries, the Bahamas and so on, and you see other places looking, we have to try to come up to that standard because we are competing with these countries when it comes to tourism. Well, no, when someone comes to Grenada, what we have the Granatang and the, and the fort and so on, and that's all. We have to start creating avenues that tourists can come and enjoy the island. We have to start creating avenues that our own people can come and enjoy.
Right.
This is what we have to start, Junior. putting more emphasis on the Litter Act to make Grenada cleaner. You know, we have to start doing this thing. Now, just 2 weeks ago, there was a fire by a tower in Woban. Sorry, in Monjalo. And a young lady was saying, thank God we removed the derelict vehicles because the fire truck would not have been able to come and out the fire in time because there was so much vehicles parked up there. You know, so these are the things, we have to start doing if we really love our island. So I just want to ask these people to just stop with these things. It's just distracting us. And I'm asking folks to not be distracted. Let's stay focused. You have a good idea, reach me. Tell me about it. Junior, let me share something. If I have to go out and you say, Andy, listen, I have an idea for you to transform Grenada. Junior, are you forgetting where you have to go to listen to you? First, I'm excited. And that is what we have to start promoting. Grenada is a beautiful island. And let's start seeing the beauty. Let's start exploiting the beauty. So I don't know nothing about that plan, Junior. Sorry to say. I don't know it.
Okay.
I know it.
We have a call on the line. We have a call on the line. We're holding for a while. Let's jump to the phone lines. Caller live, where are you calling us from?
Yeah.
Hello? All right. Let me see. Really? Hello, caller? Yeah, go ahead. I wasn't hearing you then. I don't know what happened. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, caller, with your question. Go ahead with your question. Go ahead with your question, caller.
Congratulations for this program, for bringing on the minister to the program. Andy, we welcome you. And I pray that God will continue to give you strength and guidance and wisdom and knowledge and understanding to transform the country that we love so much. Congratulations, Andy, to you and your government. We love you guys so much. Now, I have 3 contributions that I would like to make.
Make it kind of brief because the line's really going off and we only have about an hour with Andy.
Yes, I'm going to be quick, Junior. I'm going to be very quick.
Great, no problem.
Andy, in terms of the Ministry of Agriculture, I know that you're not a minister, but we, the Grenadian people here in Canada, especially Montreal, we have a saying that says, you could take us out from the country, but you cannot take the country out of us. And I would like to see the Ministry of Agriculture mobilizing people, farmers, one person responsible for planting lemongrass, one responsible for guavas, one responsible for spices. And I would like for you and the government to create a little company or something where exports from Grenada can come to Canada and reach to us, like the lemongrass, the guava cheese. Listen, we miss the things from our country. We're dying to have it, and we need you guys to do something to feed us with our delicacies here. We pay anything for it. We need you to make market for us, like how you guys making market for the mangoes. One more thing, Andy. When are you guys coming to Montreal? Thank you.
I thank you so much, caller. Yes.
Well, I have to talk to the Prime Minister about us coming to Montreal because I'm excited, and yes, I want to come to Montreal. I've been to New York, I've been to Miami, lovely. And I want to come to Montreal bad. Now, I agree with the caller, Junior. And listen, man, exactly what the caller said was an exact conversation we had this morning at the cabinet room. And it is time for us to take advantage of the opportunities now. Because let me tell you something, Junior. Listen to the stats, right? There's approximately 3 times the amount of people of Grenadians living outside of Grenadians.
It's the laziest way to generate
than are living in Grenada. Right? So we have more Grenadians living outside of Grenada than inside Grenada.
Yes.
That means we have an opportunity right there.
Yes.
And we have not been exploiting or making use of that opportunity. So, caller, I agree with you 100%. And you can expect me to see what I can do in the coming months to see how we can make use of that opportunity. So thank you very much. We will.
All right. Got another call on the line. Caller, live. Go right ahead. Where are you calling us from? Okay, caller, hold on 1 second again. Caller, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Caller, caller, go right ahead. Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening, Junior.
Yeah, hi. Go right ahead, caller. Where you calling us from?
Yes, good, Florida. Good evening to you, and good evening to Minister Andy. And I want to start by commending you on a great program today, and the minister and a good job that the NDC government is doing. But I have a couple of things that I want to put forward. We're talking about transformation, implementation, and all this stuff. But one of my biggest concern is when we're creating jobs, what we find is that transportation stops at a certain time, and people can get to work. You know, they're stranded. You find that they're losing the job because they can't get to work. Another thing is that we have a lot of congestion going on. You spoke about creating water taxis and stuff, but is that enough to alleviate that problem that we have within, especially South St. George? I mean, it's kind of impossible to get somewhere in a timely manner with that congestion. Is there any plan to say divert that traffic, make it probably a one-way at a certain point? And these are just stuff that I'm throwing out there because I see there's a problem, and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is if we're going to create
Caller, try to wrap up because we don't have a lot of time and we have a lot of calls. Just try to wrap up. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. So that's that's in a nutshell. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, caller.
So, caller, you are on the ball, right? You are on the ball, and that is something that personally we have seen. We have a transport study that is now being completed, and we are going to look at it. We have a transport board that we have newly elected, and we are going to look at it. We will be having a meeting with the busmen on the island, and because at the end of the day, I mean, let's take politics out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I worked in hotel for like 13 years, and while there I'm seeing workers who go home with a staff bus and the staff bus only job them to a certain point. I've heard about instances where people got raped, right? One of my friends got raped on her period because she got a ride from somebody.
Mm.
And when you have ladies having to walk home certain time in the night, and when you have even the hotel owners and so on, who, when they employ people, may have to employ people from only the south of the island, because when you hire someone from the north and so, it's a headache for them. So it is something that we will be working on. We have started already.
Mm-hmm.
We have spoken about public transport, and the idea is to see what combination we can get to make this work, so that someone who lives in St. Mark can feel comfortable to work in the night in St. George's and not have to worry how they getting home in the night.
Yes.
And if we don't address that, then we cannot have any transformation.
Yeah.
This is the number one thing. And our Prime Minister has spoken about plans that he has to construct a road from the north of the island to the south of the island, where you can move from one point to the next in approximately half the time that it is taken now.
Mm.
And we have sat down, we consulted on it, and it's something that we are even working on right now. Right. So, caller, you are on the ball. You're on the ball. And we are working on it.
Becky Good here says in the chat, she says, my question is, when will transformation for Grenville Tongue going to start, especially when the sea level rise? When will something better be done to Pearls Airport?
Right. In terms of the study in Grenville Tongue, the last administration, and we are giving credit where credit is due, right?
Yes.
The finance and study for the tongue, for the port, for Grandans, by Koyabade in Monouge, where it floods, in Grenville, a whole study was conducted And we got the results from that study about 3 weeks ago. It have in it Grenville tongue and what measures should be taken in order to reduce the flooding in Grenville.
Mm-hmm.
So we are currently reviewing it. The Ministry of Infrastructure is currently reviewing it, and we plan. It costs a lot of money, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to decide now, what do we attack first, second, and third? What do we give priority? And the Grenville area is part of it. So if you just bear with us for a little while, you will see improvement being made to that area.
Okay.
But I don't want to come and tell you it is next month or a month after to fool anyone. But just know that we are working on it. So it's a good question.
Okay. We got another caller on the line. Fast and Furious caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from? Hello?
Hey, good evening.
Hold on, caller.
Sorry.
Yeah, caller, go ahead. Okay, we're not hearing you. Okay, let me put you here. Okay, hold on, caller. Let me try you again. Caller, go ahead. Are you hearing me? All right, let me put it out here. Okay, caller, go ahead. Go ahead, speak. I'll put you on the speaker.
Hi, good evening, caller. Good evening to all the viewers, and good afternoon to the Honorable Minister. Now, I have a question. I'm not sure if the Minister can really answer it, but I is the closest person I can get to the government at the moment to ask the question, which I've been trying to ask. Where did this pure Grenada thing come from? And what exactly does it represent? And are we stuck with it, or can we really go back to the spice isle of the Caribbean? Because really and truly, I don't see that's just my opinion, what the Pure Grenada is really doing. And I don't see, if I go somewhere and see a sign that says Pure Grenada, I don't see how does that encourage me to want to visit the country as opposed to the island of spices. Like, oh, wow, this might be interesting. So if the minister can give me some clarity on that, or seek some clarity on that can really be made public, I would appreciate that.
All right, thank you, caller. Listen to his respond on the live, okay? Thanks again.
Right. So let me just say, Junior, that when this Pure Grenada concept was birthed, I was working in one of the hotels.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, nah, man, nah. Pure Grenada, who? No. You know, and I said to myself, Grenada will always be the Isle of Spice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think it was a rebranding effort in order to put more, to rebrand Grenada.
Yes.
And to put more energy into it and so. So whoever was in charge of tourism that time had the concept to, Grenada was a little bit pure in the sense of not much, discovered and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why they did it, I cannot see. But caller, let me just tell you. I mean, listen, and not because I'm in government, I will defend everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because government is continuous. But for me, Grenada will always be the Isle of Spice.
Right.
That's what I know. That's what I love. That's what I know that, we have our advantage and so, in the spices and so. I went to St. Patrick's yesterday to support our colleagues, Brother Cornwall and Andal, right? Accompanied with me was Ron Redden, the Honorable Ron Redden, Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, Kevin James, and every house you went to in St. Patrick
mm-hmm.
had, I'm talking about the Hermitage area. So Hermitage, big up yourself. Every house you went to had a nutmeg tree on it. And Junior, not to talk about cocoa, the cocoa trees.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I'm addicted to cocoa. Eh? I'm addicted to it. I love cocoa. I love to suck the cocoa. Name it, I'm addicted to it. But every house you went by had a nutmeg tree and a cocoa tree. Nutmeg tree and a cocoa tree.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are. This is Grenada.
Yeah.
So, yes, I know the Pure Grenada is a concept that we are using now, and we have to respect that. But me personally, like the last caller, I'm stuck with the Isle of Spice inside me.
Yeah. Got another call on the line. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
Good night. I'm calling from Telescope in St. Andrews.
Telescope in St. Andrews.
Good night.
I recognize the voice.
Greetings, brother. Greetings.
Greetings.
Mr. AJ, Mr. Andy.
Right.
My name is Mike Noel. You know me as everyone knows me. I have, let it be 5 short questions to ask and get your views and your opinion. Now, I love the idea. I've been listening to you speak. I'm very thrilled by your motive, your intentions, and not only just because you have become a politician, but because of your interest in providing a lot of people with, especially the elderly people, with great service. Applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Now, I myself have been doing some community work, which I have been pounding not only the new government that is here now, but I've been doing it since before. And especially, I heard a caller talk about the St. Andrews area with the system that is unrolling us, which is the tide, the water is eroding our coastline, our shores, our beach telescope is being bombarded for years. And I have did lots of community work in trying to restore that beach as a lone community person. Lone meaning lone.
Right.
Over the years, I have had assistance from Mr. Harry and other guys in the dumping and the pushing with the tractors and getting the road, the Bay Road, as you know, to telescope, get it back because the water was almost on the road, eating it away. The beach is going, erosion happening, drastically up here. And I've been calling and asking and seeking, and my voice was not heard. No, I've been banging. I don't want to bang tonight. I've been banging. And I must say, I must apologize for the way I bang the people in authority. No, I ain't bang you guys because I'm ignorant, or I ain't bang you guys because it is for personal use. I bang you guys because I'm a community activist. I feel hearty for my community, for my people, for the kids, every Grenadian as well. Now, I reached out to you on a message which you sent to me, and I see you hadn't replied. So when I see you on tonight, someone called to me and said, Mikey, AJ is on. Go talk to him. So here I am. Now, listen, I believe we as a people, whether we're in power or not, we have to be responsible for the things or for the place that we are from. Whether it be St. George's, St. David's, St. John's. Now, the caretakers of every constitution, yes, every caretaker sometimes does not adhere to what is needed from them. Now, I believe, from my perspective, I could be wrong, could be corrected. The reason why I called on you to come and have a look of what I'm doing up here and going forth of it, because I saw a lot of interest in the things you're doing. I listen you speak, and I'm very pleased of the notion you're taking. And I believe it's not just for your constitution, not where you represent, but for the entire Grenada on a whole.
Right.
No, I have recently brought up some points and rise a foot in telescope point, which was dormant and which was abused for years, not by, I wouldn't say the NDC government, I wouldn't say the NMP government. I would say the past administration years before, because people have no idea what update was and what it is really stands for. For example, there's a lot of people in my community, elders who didn't have an idea that there was a floater telescope. There's people who knew. I myself was a kid from telescope, knew he had cannons of the, but not actually knew how the site was, and there was actually building a fort up there. And besides just not the fort, you have a lot of historical things up there. We have a big stone which we call knife and fork, which the Carib and Awaks had left and was covered by past management of Government and Concrete years ago.
Mikey, I don't want to cut you. I don't want to cut you, right? But we have about 10 more minutes with the minister. So if you could just kind of
okay, so Minister, my talk to you is I would like to invite you.
Right.
The reason for calling right along, I would like to invite you to come up, work with me and see what my whole issue was about and how we could correct it and give an idea to the people, the community people, how we could go about, if it is okay, what you find, so you could bring it back to your team, or you could bring other team members with you also to come and see the work that I'm doing up here and how it will benefit the community, the country on a whole.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Right.
So
Yes.
I want to say thank you very much.
Yes.
For what you're doing. I appreciate your notion, and I just need you to just seek me out and see if it makes sense.
Yeah, and let me add for Mikey. Mikey has been doing this for a very long time.
Right.
A community activist. I could really endorse the work that he has been doing over the years. Minister, what's your thoughts on going there? And
Well, let me just tell someone told me, Andy, reach out to Mikey. This man is doing some wonderful work, and they sent me a video. And I reached out to him, and he reached back out to me, but I didn't get to answer him back in time.
Right.
But let me just say this, Junior, before we go along, right? Folks, I try to answer everyone, but Junior, sometimes it's hard because
I know.
I mean I try to answer. So if you find you message me and you didn't get an answer from me, message me back again and message back again. Message me until you get it. Because I try to answer everyone, but sometimes it's just difficult to be doing so much and answering at the same time, you know. But I try. So if anyone messaged me and they didn't get a response, I'm sorry, right? I try my best, but you could just message back again and I try my best to respond when that happens.
Right. Thank you so much, Mikey. Mikey, thanks again. I really appreciate you, my brother.
So, Mikey, I will get in contact with you. I'll come up by you and we'll take a look at the area and so. But I love what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
very
much.
Lovely.
All right. I want to speak about the important duties on import duties, on vehicles. We had a break that the Prime Minister implemented for 6 months, which ended this month. We would like to know if it's going to extend further because we have asked because we've been asked and no one seems, that is all I saw on the screen there. But talking about the import duties.
Right. So I don't want to give information on something that I don't have all the facts about. So let me just revert, get a facts, and I'll share it with you, Junior, and you can share it with the viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see, Andy, I think that is very important what you're doing here today. You're engaging the world. And I call on more the ministers, not only on Ride Along, but extend themselves on other platforms because these type of interactions are important. Especially we have people here watching from as far as Ghana, right? They're here and they can't go to a public meeting sometimes, and sometimes they're on the live and they have questions and their questions are not being addressed. So this type of engagement is very, very important. And I applaud you for taking the time, as busy as you are, because I know you was in the middle of something. You decided to do it because you wanted to get these information out. And I applaud you for that. And I think more to do stuff like that.
I was on a meeting with the Prime Minister. And, I said, Prime Minister, I have to go on a program with Junior along to talk to the people, and he said, Andy, no problem. So I applaud the Prime Minister for that. Prime Minister, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. And Junior, let me just say this, right? And I heard this from Moise Bishop. And I will keep on repeating it. Government is supposed to be of the people, for the people, and by the people. There's no government without the people.
Right.
But at no point in time, any one of us should feel that we are over anyone. Because we can play big and bad now, but when our next cycle comes, we have to depend on the same people to vote for us.
Right.
That is why I try my best to see how I can be of service to the people. Sometimes I can't do everything, but I try my best. Right? And for me, Junior, people say, Andy, take a rest. But let me tell you, and I'm going deep now, Junior. Let me tell you why I try to work so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank the people of the South again for their support, because an election, we ran a campaign. I only had 3 months before the election. All I had, Junior, was ideas and, telling people vote for me and I will try to assist. The other side had the wall of money. They had about 6 representatives. They had entertainment, everything. All I had was just me and ideas. And the people of the South voted for me in record numbers. For that, I will forever be grateful. That is why I will go out of my way, Junior, to see how I can assist. And if I say I will do something, I'll try my best to do it. Because I appreciate what the people have done to put me in this position. And I made a promise to myself that I will try my best not to fail them. Sometimes, like no, because I'm so involved in the transformation process, I'm not getting the time to go down on the ground much. And I was telling myself, I said, hey, listen, this week I have to take a little time to get back on the ground because it are people that are reaching out to me and I cannot get to reach out to them in time.
Yes.
And I want to reach out to them in time because sometimes time may be the difference between life and death. So I want to thank the people of the South for voting for me, for having the faith in me. And that is why, Junior, I try my best to see how I can be of service to the people. And let me just say this, right? Our Prime Minister mindset is the same. This man is so humble. This man is so knowledgeable. This man is the best boss I've ever worked with in life. And I think that we, Grenada, have the best Prime Minister we could ever have. Right? The gentleman is calm, he's collective. And when our Prime Minister think, he like to think down the line, not just today for today. And I admire him for that. And also as ministers, he gives us the chance so that we can express ourselves and we can be ourselves. Right? And for that, Junior, I can tell you, myself and my colleagues are very comfortable. Yes, we may be young, but we have the vigor, we have the mindset that we want to take Grenada forward. And collectively as a team, I think we are in the right place. And we do not pay attention to the naysayers and the negativity. We don't pay attention to that. Right? What we pay attention to is how we can move Grenada forward in the right direction. And my Prime Minister is one that does not believe in victimization. And so, if you ask the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, if Junior is an NMP or NDC, he does not care. And that is why, for me, it is so important to invite everyone on board who is willing to take part in the transformation process to move Grenada in a forward direction.
Yeah. And just send this message or give this message to the Prime Minister. We need a serious conversation on gun violence that's erupting in our country. I can't tell you how many times I'm getting visuals, I'm getting messages from people who talking about the gangs that's starting up. They're seeing people traveling around with guns, and we saw it just last week or so. There was someone got shot, right? So there need to be a serious conversation. Whether that means that legislation have to be put in place right now to make it more strenuous, make it increase the time that someone would face in prison after they are found with a firearm. All of these things need to be done now. So pass that message on there. We need a serious conversation on implemented. Yeah.
So I can tell you that our Prime Minister is working on something that will be implemented soon, right? Because we have seen and we know of the the guns and so that are in the country right now.
Yes.
I can tell you in the Montu area, I'm someone on the ground, so I know what is happening in the areas.
Okay.
I know, and people will come to me and say, Andy boy, Montu, we have, and so, and my plea to our people is that, listen, violence is not the answer. Killing our brothers is not the answer. That is not a way to move our country forward. You don't want your children to be seeing these things and growing up and getting involved in these things. What we should be doing is to try to lift Grenada. Is to try to make Grenada, the beacon. In the 1980s, let me tell you, the early 1980s, you have people from other Caribbean islands used to come to Grenada here to get their education right here. This is what we want. We want Grenada to be known for that, not to be known for the violence. And let me tell you something, Junior, and viewers. Grenada was always known for its peacefulness. We are always known for that. And tourists, and so you can say what you want about Grenada, about backward and all kind of thing, but you cannot fault us for our peacefulness. And we should try our best to keep that.
Yes.
And not try to emulate the other islands and countries and so, which have all these gun violence and so. It is not good for our island, it's not good for our country. So I want to encourage everyone, and let me tell you something, Junior, right? I always pride myself that I can walk anywhere in Carriacou, Grenada, Petite Martinique, before politics, in politics, anywhere.
Right.
And feel safe.
Yes.
Right? Because of the way I move with people. And I'm saying we have to cultivate that kind of attitude, ensure the length and breadth of Grenada. And we should not lose that.
Right. Lovely. Someone said we had to mention this real quick, just in a short.
No, you can. I can give you probably 10, 15 more minutes if you want. I mean,
right, great. Good. Let's talk about the Molyneux project. Where is that project? Where is it right now?
The Molyneux project let me just tell you, it's a tricky project, because that area is like a gravel heap. And that is why we had to get someone who, who is specialized in these things to really work on that project. So we are going on stream. It's a little behind, right? A little behind, but the contractor is an experienced one and he knows what he's about. And if anyone can do it, he can do it. So the Molyneux project is going, and I'm confident that at the end of it, everything will be okay. But I can tell you, it's not a straightforward project because the area is it has a gravel, and that is why in the first place, the land was sinking because of the gravel that was there. So it's a tricky project. It is not simple. So our idea is this: if the contractor needs 4 or 5 more months to get it right, give him the time.
Right.
Then we rush it, and we go back to square one again. Right. So I have all the confidence in the contractor that he will get it done. But it's a tricky project, I must tell the people of Grenada.
Is it going in? Was it anticipated that it would have at least posed some of these problems and issues that we now face with it?
Yes, because we asked the question to the contractor. He did a study of the area, and we knew about what was there. So going into it, he was really watching and see how things would progress as he went along. Right. What happened once is that one of the Nawasa pipe burst, and it caused the water to just, go all over the place, and we had some setback. But that didn't stop it. We ran the pipe in our next location that was safe, and we mitigated the problem to continue again. So it is not a straightforward project.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what's the timeline? What's the timeline we're looking at? Is it 3-4 months? Like what? Before
I will say by the end of the year to be safe.
Okay.
And that's I'm being conservative. It can be done before.
Okay.
But I'm saying it is not a project that I will go and try to force implementation on, because you have to look at quality.
Right.
At the end of the day, Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. It's that area there, people had is diverted of that area, and it's quite a hassle, because I even heard that some of the roads at the diversion traffic was also being damaged.
Right, and that is why the Monkuma Road is so important.
Right, the Monkuma Road project.
Right.
I heard so much great things about the Monkuma Road project that just recently opened. And we must also add the previous administration actually initiated the project.
Yes.
That
and we commend them for that, Junior. We commend them for that. But when we took it over, we had some issues with land and housing, and a lot of different things. And also, like, no, what we have seen is that when they cut the road, they cut it just like flat down. And there are certain parts where we saw erosion taking place already.
Right.
What should have happened? They should have cut it like like a step to prevent the erosion. So no, we don't want to wait until something bad happens to start to act. So the Ministry of Infrastructure and MIT will be proactive in trying to mitigate that issue before the rain season starts.
Right.
So that it does not hold back anything, because we know how important that road is. And the Montmorency Road really took a beating, I must say.
Yeah.
And the people of Montmorency, I have to say thank you for your patience, because you have been patient about around 4 years now. You have been patient. So hopefully the Montgomery Road will take away some of the traffic, and when the Montgomery Road is completed, then it will ease the traffic in the Montmorency Road.
Right. Joshua John want to know when are the traffic lights going to be installed?
The infrastructure is already there for the traffic light, so they should be started installation soon, in about 2 weeks to 3 weeks. But everything is there already for the traffic light. You'll see that they cut the road, they run the lines, everything is there. So it's just a matter of getting the lights and putting it up now, and connecting them. So so it should be done shortly.
Right. Okay. Someone want to know about honey. The increase in circulation of honey. They've been looking for honey and they can't find it. Now that the prices of sugar would have gotten additional taxes. Are we working to improve the quantity of honey on the island?
Yes. So I've been in contact with some of the honey producers, right? Beekeepers and so. Yes. We had a meeting with them, and it's something that we have to go back to the drawing board to see how we can create more conditions for them that will enable them to produce more honey and to make it more available to the people in Grenada and to export even more honey. Because our honey, Junior, I could tell you, is top. Our honey is top. And I don't think we take advantage of that. And we need to start taking advantage of that. So we had a meeting with the folks. They are now forming a new association. And when that is formed, then we will come together and make certain recommendations in some way, and find ways how we can assist them to grow the industry. But this is like this is gold that we have, and we don't realize it. No, there's a lady called Ms. Jessime. Her honey is off the chart, and I passed by her once in the morning. She gave me a package. Junior, this lady has some nice small bottle honey, kind of like a booster for your immune system. I was catching a cold one day and I just drink that like a 2-3 at a time, and I was good, And I really have to applaud her, because she won some awards and so in for Grenada when it came to honey in the past, and she really we have to credit her for keeping the standard of her honey there, and her presentation, everything is just fine and off the chart.
Nice.
So we are working with the honey, with the beekeepers, honey producers. We are working with them.
Thank you. Listen, Minister, we appreciate you and taking the time out to chat with us. Again, you had a busy schedule, but you took time for the people, and that is to be commended. Any last word you want to say before we wrap this up?
Yes. Let me end with this, right? Our Prime Minister is embarking on a project which will be spearheaded by MIT. The name of the project is Nation Builders.
Nation Builders, yes.
Sometimes as a people you want to contribute to your country, but it is very difficult to do so. It is difficult to get a hold of someone just to make a contribution. Nation Builders will be a desk in MIT where we'll give you the platform, or the point where you can make contact with government to give back. because we believe that we have people outside who have a lot of goodwill that want to give. And once we set up that platform, we will only benefit.
Right.
His first project, we have a project in government right now called the Bashman Toilet Project. The Prime Minister wants to do it different. So we have a project called the Wash Project. Now, in Grenada, we have 3,500 households with no running water. We have 8,715 households with pit latrine. We have 1,398 households with no toilet facility. If we are talking about transformation, we are saying that we care for the poor. These are the things we have to address. In 2023, there's no reason why any household should be out of water. This project will be aimed at reaching every household in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique to ensure that our people have access to running water, access to toilet facilities, and inside toilet facilities. So we are not just going to continue a project and have no idea where we're going with it.
Right.
We want to do it in a systematic way so that Grenadians on a whole can benefit. When we, in the next 4 years, Junior, we should be, all these numbers that I've just called should be done by at least 70–80%. That is how we know that we are able to better the standard of living of our people. Also, we have cases where, Junior, our people are squatting, our people have, sometimes you're squatting for 15–20 years, right? Maybe on Crown lands. You know, we have no use for the lands. What we need to do as a government is start giving people their title, let them pay their taxes. And when they buy the land from government, then they can use that land as collateral to better themselves.
Yeah.
They can use that land to pass it on to their generations. Also, water again. As it is right now, Nawasa will not give you a connection if the property is not yours. But, Junior, listen to this. And we understand that policy. But at the end of the day, let's say you are squatting on government land, or let's say I'm squatting on your land. Right? Or let's say we have some land issues. That should not stop someone from getting water. If it means that you are squatting, let's say we give you a connection, but you are squatting on someone's land. You go to court and the person give you let's say the court give you the authority to take your land from whoever is squatting. At least you are getting back your land with water already on the land.
Right.
So you will benefit at the end of the day.
Change that policy.
Exactly. You know, so, and that, no, you're talking about poor and vulnerable. We don't believe in poor and vulnerable. We believe in empowering our people, making sure you have water in your house, because, you know, I mean, that's the basic needs.
But
right?
in that policy, it just struck me that if it is that person run up a bill, and we could have a whole conversation on that, run up a hefty bill on a land that they're squatting on, that they don't own, then that bill becomes the ownership of the rightful owner, and they don't have a right to pay.
How it works is that the whoever the name that the bill is on is who is liable.
Okay.
Right. So if let's say you're renting an apartment from me, but the bill is on your name, or the meter is on your name, then you carry that wherever you go. Right. So, you know, so it will not affect it.
Okay.
But what we are saying is that this is what we need to do, Junior, to empower our people. Now, I know on the first day of the year, 2023, a lady who did not have water in her house, an elderly lady, she was in her 70s, and so she went to get water by a neighbor. And when she was going back home, as she was about to swing into her gap, a vehicle came, lost control, came down and hit her. And she died on the spot.
Mhm.
She did not have water in her house. So I'm saying, we're talking about our people. This is how we look out for our people. To ensure that the land that you are living on, Junior, that you have ownership of the land. And you can provide for your family, you can provide for your future generation on that same land. You have water in your house to do the basic things, right? Why in 2023 our people should be using latrine and so? That shouldn't be.
Right.
So this is what our government want to do. This is how we want to go forward.
Mhm.
Not just giving you a handout, but trying to better your life. 'Cause this is why you voted us in, to improve your life.
Right.
So that is a program, and that is just one of the program that we have. But the Nation Builders program is a program where people can donate. You can, so let's say we want to do something, Junior. People in the diaspora can donate. People locally can donate.
Yes.
And so we can have the resources. Companies can donate, so we can have the resources that we can better the lives of our people
Mhm.
in the process.
I'm willing to see how we could play a part in that, because I think it's going to positively affect people. That is something that I'm really willing to do, probably like I pledge on, to ensure that this affects people positively.
Right.
That's something I would really like to talk to my producer about, to see what we could do from our end to get people
Right.
involved. And
Before I leave, let me just say this, because I know I got to wrap up just now. Now, we have a case where people, their groceries are high.
yes,
But let me just, and that is something that I know a lot on, so let me just talk about it. When COVID was happening, it was the freight cost that was bringing up the cost of items in general, because freight costs were high, extremely high.
Mhm.
What happened now? COVID have since, decreased, and the freight cost is now like almost back in line.
Mhm.
No, but what happened is that because COVID time, people were home not producing, and so
Right.
certain items began to get scarce. The law of demand and supply makes it that if you have a high demand and low supply, the cost of items will go up. So the high food price we are facing right now is because of the cost of the items going up, not the freight cost anymore.
Mm.
Basically, right? So yes, in Grenada, prices are high. The world all over, prices are high,
Yes.
especially because of the Russia and Ukraine war that is
Yes.
happening right now. Prices are high. So I could tell you, it is not only the island of Grenada that we have these high prices. So what we have to do now, we have to try to get creative ways to see how we can beat those prices by having substitute, by consuming more local. We have to start doing that, because we are importing inflation at the end of the day when we import more items.
Mhm.
So we have to start using the creative ways to combat that. What I will be doing at the end of April, I will be having a community market day for the people of the South, and we can extend that into different constituencies, different parishes, where everyone who has something to sell can come out and sell, right? And we will be selling at a reasonable price, deals basically,
Right.
right? Um, because you have people who have things that they want to get rid of, they want to sell, and they have good prices. So we are going to do like a big event where we have good deals, good prices, and people can just come out and buy. In that case, what we can do is that we can create an alternative where people can stretch the dollar a little bit more,
Mhm.
right? So these are something that we wanted to do. Me locally on a community vibes, I want to do that. But on the more macroeconomic level, we have to start producing more stuff locally.
Yes.
Start creating local substitutes, right? And in order for us to build our economy and stop importing inflation, because high prices are worldwide, we can't escape it right now.
Yeah.
But what we can do, we can try to mitigate and see how we can, combat that by coming together as a people, to escape it.
And that's the truth, because even here, I mean, prices. I went to the grocery store with my son to buy some stuff the other day, and stuff I was paying $500-600 in groceries, now it's almost $700-800. So it's not only in Grenada, and I tell people that in Grenada is not, you're not the only one that have high prices. It's worldwide, right? So we understand. Again, Andy, Honorable Minister Williams, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us, and we should do this again some other time, because I think it's important that we have these types of discussion and discourse. Thanks again.
Yes. It was really lovely, and thanks for having me, Junior. I appreciate it. And to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, thank you for the support. I will continue doing what I have to do to move this country forward. And let me just say this, Junior, right? This what I'm doing is not about money and position or minister or nothing else. I just want to serve my country. At the end of the day, even though I spend one term in office, I should go about and see the change that I've made in this country. This is my satisfaction.
Yes.
I should be proud to say that I've helped an individual move from one stage to the other, despite political affiliation.
That's right.
Right? And that is my joy. And for me, it's a passion.
Yes.
To do this. And I want to tell everyone who supports me, even those who do not support me, thank you for everything. And it's a pleasure to serve the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Thank you. And I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
On that note, listen, I want to make a call and an appeal to the opposition. If I want to continue this discussion, so I want to give the opposition a opportunity to come on. Just let us know. There might be things that the opposition party wants to bring forward to the public. It's equally important, because it all contribute to nation building. So I am saying it right now, and this is something that we have as a policy. Everyone's story, everyone's view should be heard. So we call in on the opposition to contact us. Any member of the opposition that wants to come on the program will designate a day to get that information out there. All right. I hope someone take me up on this opportunity right here, and we appreciate it. And Mr. Williams, thanks again. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
All right. Cool.
Lovely.
We got a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with closing thoughts. We'll be right back.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Guys, let me tell you about this. The official launch of Spice Mass here in New York City. The official launch of Spice Mass in New York City. May 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Mark this down on your calendar. The official launch of Spice Mass here in New York City. All these artists going to be on cast. Scala, Little Natty and Thunder, Vaughn, Dash, Alma Boy, Zingo, Specky. But let me tell you, artist after artist, but not only artists, there'll be cultural display, Jab, Veko, Shotney, right here in New York for the official launch of Spice Mass right here in NYC. It's going to be amazing, guys. Tickets are on sale right now. We're going to post information where you can get your tickets. Tickets are on sale right now. I just took some time off today and I went to the venue, and the venue is amazing. It's really, really, really nice. You guys are going to have a great time. Folks in Canada, all you can come down, Yeah, come down and celebrate Spice Mass launch here in New York. It would be really amazing. Click that link right there or that QR code to purchase your ticket online, or you could contact us and we'll put some information where you could get your ticket as well. Spice Mass launch, NYC. And also, guys, hey, Monday Night Mass with amazing colors. Now, let me say, Monday Night Mass, if you're getting ready for Carnival in Grenada, quick announcement. So Amazing Colors, you've known Amazing Colors to produce a out of this world experience for Monday Night Mass. Now, Amazing Colors will also be doing a jab ban. Yeah, a jab ban. Yeah, jab ban. Yeah, man. So Juve Morning, yeah, it's called Jab in Color. Amazing Colors, jab ban, jab in colors. It's gonna be amazing. Jab. So you can get your package, guys. You get your Juve package, you know. So in that Juve package, you have all your things in there with your bag, your shirt, your everything. Real organized and thing. And this is the menu, you know. Jab breakfast, you know. Bacon saltfish and cocoa tea. Juve Morning on the road with Amazing Colors. Play Monday Night Mass with Amazing Colors. We'll tell you more information. And also, Juve Jab with Amazing Colors. Jab in Color. We'll give you guys more information on that. Stay tuned for more information.
Oh, Grenada, it's TGIF time again with the NLA. Thank goodness it's Friday. Every Friday in March, place 5 bets or more in a single ticket purchase on Cash 4, Pick 3 or Play Away. You automatically receive a Quick Pick inline ticket valued at $1. NLA is giving back more plays, more chances, more opportunities, and more prizes. Remember, when you play, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Promotion ends March 31st. You must be 18 years and over to participate.
Guys, also, let me big up the folks in Canada. Big up the folks in Canada, guys. The Honorable Prime Minister is coming to Canada. Honorable Prime Minister and his delegation is coming to Canada. Canada Day weekend. Canada Day long weekend. All right? Tickets are $250. For tickets and information, you can call 647-859-4142 or 647-242-9296 or 514-718-6471. The Prime Minister, Honorable Dickon Mitchell, will be in Canada, Toronto. For more information on that, you can check the Ride Along page. Guys, if you have a business, a small business, and you want to advertise, you want to send your business viral. Now, if you want to advertise right here and Ride Along, it never gotten so easier. We have a small business package for every, even if you're selling Tamron ball, we have a package for you. Yeah, man. Imagine that. You could increase your revenue by almost 200% when you advertise on Ride Along Live. Over 6.5 million views per month. People are all locked on to Ride Along Live all over the world. So if you want to advertise and send your business viral, advertise, call us, inbox us for information on our small business package and how you can get your word out on the ride. Okay, Ride Along Live advertising. It pays to advertise. It don't cost nothing enough. It pays to advertise.
Established in 1998, Ross Road and Funeral Services continues to assist you plan the ideal funeral or memorial service locally or internationally. Our reputation is built on providing personalized funeral services based on love and compassion. Call Ross Road and Funeral Services at 718-547-0640.
Ross Road and Funeral Services, where your loved one is our loved one.
Carpentry and Cleaning Service Inc., providing exceptional carpet and cleaning, floor installation, refinishing, home renovations, drywall, painting, plastering, doors and moldings, electrical and plumbing, and much more. We are a one-stop shop for all your professional needs. Give us a call today on 718-221-5572. That is 718-221-5572. Or you can call our cell on 917-939-3192. Check out our sales on all services. We're located at 218 Schenectady Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Phillips Carpentry and Cleaning Service Inc.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Grenadian products are now only a mouse click away at GrenadaMarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and syrups, world-famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and bois bande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. GrenadaMarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.
Again, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program. And don't forget, guys, Right Along Live. Right Along Live is where everyone have a story to tell. Now, if you have a story to tell and you want to share it on our platform, please inbox us. We'd love to hear your story. Or you can also call us online on our WhatsApp at 718-701-5720. Right Along Live, where everyone have a story to tell. On the behalf of all of our production team here at Right Along Live, our senior executive producer, Lois JJ, the hardest working person here. Yeah, she is. Our moderators, Kibbs, Gail Charles, and Deanne Fraser. We say good night. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.
Thank you.